I'm Doug Voss. I'm Assistant Professor of Marketing and Supply Chain Management here in the College of Business at the University of Central Arkansas. CLEAR stands for the Center for Logistics Education, Advancement, and Research. It's housed in the College of Business here at UCA, and essentially it's a three-pronged mission, and it's somewhat self-explanatory based on the acronym, but first of all, what we're trying to do through CLEAR is to try to facilitate the logistics faculty efforts to try to educate the logistics workforce of tomorrow. And then second of all, try to advance the role of logistics or of the prominence of logistics as an economic driver for the state and for the region and also for the country as a whole. And then third of all, to help to provide some resources for the logistics faculty here at UCA to do research into various logistics phenomena. From a sustainability perspective, some of the areas researchers might look at to improve the competitiveness of firms and to try to improve the environment, specifically with relation to the project that we're discussing, there are 9 or 10 basic environmental issues we're concerned with, such as trying to reduce waste, trying to conserve energy, trying to reduce pollution. And now we're focusing on some of the various functions of the firm from a logistical standpoint. So it's, from a supply chain standpoint, actually. So it's procurement, storage, some movement of goods, and then how a firm's customers might return goods and how firms handle those returns. Now, what you're trying to do for sustainability is you're trying to find ways to improve the environment, obviously, okay? But there are things that firms do to improve the environment, sometimes that reduce costs, and that's always good, right? And then there are things firms do that sometimes don't necessarily improve or don't necessarily sort of reduce costs, but might maybe improve how people see the firm, improve the firm's corporate image, right? And so if a sustainability initiative does not lower costs, then it has to raise revenue, okay? And so how will sustainability raise revenue? Well, as we as consumers go to the store, we choose between various products. And so we choose products in part based on how we feel about the firm that makes those products. And so if we think a firm has or practices more sustainability initiatives, then we feel better about purchasing that product, and we might even be willing to pay a premium for that product. So there are several things we look at in terms of trying to improve the competitiveness of a firm for sustainability, and that's trying to lower costs and or trying to improve the firm's image to raise revenue. Well, you know, we in academia frequently partner with faculty from several universities at a time, and the reasons for that are, first of all, we try to remain experts in our field. We spend a lot of time, a lot of effort trying to know as much as we possibly can about our field of expertise. However, no one person can ever know it all. And so it helps us to expand our knowledge base by partnering with faculty from other universities. Second of all, we try to work with professional organizations because it serves a number of purposes. One is that it helps us to ensure that our research is very relevant. And we sometimes get accused of doing research and that is not very relevant, and we're sitting in an ivory tower, and certainly in some fields that's true. But we in business have a certain obligation to do very relevant research to those that will get some value from the research. So if you work with professional organizations, what it does is they help us to steer our research so it is as relevant as it can possibly be. Second of all, they also provide us with a distribution outlet, so it helps us to get our results out to those to whom the results will do the most good. Third of all, as a taxpayer-funded institution, we have to find ways to do more with less to try to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars. And there are certain synergies that we get from working with faculty from different schools and from working with certain professional organizations that, quite frankly, allow us to do more with less.